Well, g'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. Something a little different today. This is going to be the start of another series. Had the guy who I made a recent kitchen knife for, he gave me a call and said that he's after a paring knife to go with the kitchen knife. So this one is creating that paring knife for him. He wants to use the same timber. So this is a piece of zebrano wood, which is a Brazilian wood. So we've got to take into account that this is all I have left for it. Okay, for a paring knife, we're going to go roughly about 8 inches long. We're going to make the handle about half of it, so 4 inches. Now he sent me a couple of photos, so I've got some ideas of what he's after, and it's just a matter of adapting it a bit to make it in my style. Alright, so we're going to start with a straight back on it. From the straight back, we're going to come around for the handle. We're going to round the point down for the nose. You want something about 3/4 of an inch thick. I might go a wee bit more. A little bit of an upsweep on the end. Now from those lines, we need to put in the curve to the front of the blade. And then we're coming back and working the handle. Now we know that we need to fit it within this piece of wood. I'll probably put some brass on it, so we do have a bit of room to play. But that's the piece of wood I got to work with. Alright, from the blade, I'm gonna come up a small amount for a choil, which is just a curve upwards. It just makes the knife a little bit safer because your fingers can't slide across from the handle to the blade. They've got to come uphill that touch. Okay, and I tend to put a bit of a palm swell. In my knives, just to give a bit of a better grip. We're going to have a pin about there. To match up with the other one, we're going to put a piece of brass on this. That piece of brass is going to be roughly about there. A couple of pins to hold the brass. And then we need to put the pin in. Just trying to balance up distances there and there, and I tend to do it by eye. I don't measure it like a lot of people. So from there we have a look at it and see what we think of it. I think it could do with a bit more of a sweep at the front. Okay, that's more to my liking. That tip up a touch. Just roll it back a bit further. Okay, there's our basic design. So the next step is just cut it out. Okay, there's our design. Check to see how it feels in the hand. Make sure that it's gonna feel okay. Which, yeah, it feels fairly good. Alright, so there's the basics of designing. It's nice and simple and easy. It only takes the time that you require, that you want to spend on getting it perfect. I've designed a few knives, so I can tend to flick them out pretty quickly. There's nothing hard about it. There's no perfect knife design. You know, you just do what looks good, what feels good. At the end of the day, it's as you're at the grinder and as you're refining it that you make the knife come alive. This is just the rough template. When I grind it to shape, you'll see I'm constantly gripping it, checking it, making sure that it feels right. So yeah, this is just basically a shape that I'm looking to put on a piece of steel, and I'll refine it from there on the steel. Alright, now next step in this series of videos is going to be cutting it out and profiling the steel, and drilling in the pinholes, because we want to do those while the steel's not too hard. And then after that we will move to hardening. So subscribe, come along for the journey, click the like button, click that bell notification so that you're getting told when there's another video out, and we'll continue along the journey, and I'll show you how to make a basic little knife. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Bye.